What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here, and I'm back with another episode of Weebish. In this episode of Weebish, I will be talking about the anime Beastars, which is exclusive to Netflix. That's mostly CGI for the most part. But before I get into it, y'all already know what I gotta say shout out to my returning viewers / subscribers, and shout out to the new viewers / new subscribers to the channel as well. And if you're new to the channel and you like Funko Pop content, anime content, and manga content, Dragon Ball Z content as well, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that post notification. That way you know whenever I post a new video. Also, don't forget to follow your boy on Instagram at Dark Sage Collections. The link will be in the description below. And I have a public Discord where you can talk about anime, collectibles, and Funko Pops. All that in one Discord. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. You can hit that invitation link down in the description below as well. Now, let's get into it because I didn't want to take too much of y'all's time with that intro. Let's go ahead and go into the review, well, my thoughts of Beastars, the anime that is on Netflix. Now, honestly, when I first saw this anime, I saw it on Netflix, and I saw a whole bunch of people talking about it because it came out in 2019 and it's based off the manga of the same name. And when I first saw it, I didn't think I was going to watch it, but I gave it a chance because, you know, if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, you know that I like my short seasons of anime, 12 episodes, the sweet spot that I really love, and it just pulled me in. 12 episodes, it pulls me in. Now, besides it being 12 episodes, I definitely love this anime, guys. I don't know why I love this anime. It's not an action-based anime like I usually watch, like, you know, Dragon Ball Z, Hunter x Hunter, and things like that. But I do love this anime, guys. This anime was great. I don't know. It's just a slice of life that I honestly love, and I'm not really the guy for slice of life anime. So let's go ahead and get into the plot. Now, this anime is based mostly around the character of Legoshi, who is the main character. And I gotta say, I definitely like Legoshi, and I definitely like the way this show takes a spin on, I guess, how animals would live together in unity if they were like more human like us, because basically it's carnivores and herbivores all living in one society, and it's all peaceful until one day a herbivore dies from a carnivore because obviously he gets eaten or murdered or whatever you want to claim it. And after this crime, a whole bunch of herbivores are basically scared of a whole bunch of carnivores, and you can see where one group of people are scared of another group of people because of one person's actions. Sound familiar? But yeah, this anime is pretty dope. I definitely love the way that they take the character of Legoshi, the way his character development is within the show as well. And all these kids are in high school. I thought they was in college because they all live together like in a dorm type setting, but they're all in high school, and that kind of seemed weird, but it's not taking away from the show at all. Now, let's go ahead and get into the things I liked about this show. And one thing I liked about the show is the character Legoshi, because Legoshi, however you want to call it, I definitely love this character. I love the way his character development is within the show as well. I love the way he interacted with other characters like Ruri, the bunny that he was in love with, the tiger dude. I'm very bad with names if you can't tell. The tiger dude, his best friend, which is like a Labrador or a dog, some type of dog. And the way he like sees life and the way he sees himself within the society as well, because obviously, he's a gray wolf, which are carnivorous carnivorous animals, but he's not that type, but he's trying to hold that primal instinct in, and I really do love the back and forth that he has with himself. I love the inner dialogue that he has with himself within the show as well, and I just love the way that he looks at life, and it just seems so realistic and it's really relatable, especially to people who are shy and timid, because there's a lot of us in the world like that. I also love the plot of the show. The pacing was pretty good. There weren't too many things I didn't like about the show. There are a few, but obviously I'll get into that in my cons part of this review. But I definitely love the way the pacing was in the show. I definitely love some of the dub acting. Some of the dub was all right. Some of the dub was not that good, but I definitely love the dub acting. And I also love the way they played with like the animation styles, because it's not always CGI, but when they do make it non-CGI, I definitely love them parts because it kind of switches it up, like when he's doing his inner monologue within his head, and you just see like how he's thinking or how he sees things. And I just thought that was a very interesting take, especially with an anime based around animals acting human. Also, I love the other characters within the show too, because they seem relatable. Obviously, they're put in over-the-top circumstances, like with the character Ruri and his backstory, but that's gonna come if you're watching an anime. If you don't expect that, especially from an anime where animals are acting human, then what really do you expect? Now, let's go ahead and get into my cons. I don't have that many, but I do have a few that I should address. And one thing I gotta say is I hate CGI anime. I hate CGI in my anime, and I hate fully CGI anime. And honestly, the way this anime was, I didn't like the CGI at all, but I get why they do it, because if it was hand-drawn with all this stuff that was happening within the anime, it kind of would have looked weird, but I'm going to eventually read the manga, which is obviously hand-drawn, so I'm going to get used to that reading the manga. But within watching the CGI in the animation, I really didn't like it. It just bothered me. And I just really couldn't get used to it. I know. I gotta get used to it, but I don't want to. Secondly, another negative I had, the dub versus the sub and what they were saying. Because obviously, if you know me, guys, I am dub gang. But this time, guys, that sub was winning me over because I didn't watch it in sub. When I watch my shows, I like to have the subtitles on, I like to have the dub going. But sometimes I read the sub to see what they were saying, and honestly, that sub felt more realistic than the dub because the dub to me felt really, really sugar-coated at times compared to what the sub was saying. And they were actually cussing within the sub, while in the dub, they rarely cuss. I guess because of ratings and things like that, trying to get more viewers in, the younger viewers. But I want it to be more harsh, especially if it's slice of life and you want to make it as realistic as possible, even though it's with animals. You're gonna have to get real with the dialogue as well. But I definitely love the dialogue in the sub more than the dub, even though I watched the dub. And this gets me to another point with the dub. The acting at some points, it was cool, but I really didn't like it like that. Obviously, I didn't watch the sub to compare it, but the dub to me at points, I'm like, it's not really fitting. Some characters, they're perfect, like with Ruri and Legoshi, however you say his name. Those dubs, perfect. A lot of the characters' dubs, they're perfect, especially with scenes where they gotta get dramatic and, you know, they just get that inner dialogue. Especially in the scenes where they're having their inner dialogue within themselves. I definitely love the way that they sound in the dub. But like I said, a lot of the voices in here. Also, I have one more thing that I really didn't like. And it's the dub lip syncing with, you know, obviously the characters. Sometimes the dub, the lip syncing, it just didn't match with what they were saying with the characters. And it bothered me because when I noticed it, I started staring at the mouth while I was listening to it, and you could just see it. It just bothered me. And obviously I know with the CGI and all that, you know, it's harder to get the dub and the sub to, you know, link up mouth-wise, but I don't know, I didn't like the lip syncing the way it was done because you could just tell that it's horribly off. And it reminded me of a video game at one point, but then I'm like, you know what? If I take that out, think about the story, think about what it's giving me, I'm all right with it. Overall, guys, I do recommend Beastars if you're into slice of life animes. This is not an action anime, which is, you know, my usual forte, but this is not an action anime, slice of life anime with, I guess, furries happening, which I didn't think I'd ever watch it, but I did, and it's great. But let me know what you guys thought about Beastars if you have watched it. Let me know your thoughts down below. I love Beastars. It's a pretty good anime. I can't wait for season 2 to come out because season 1 kind of left me on that cliffhanger to see what would happen to my boy Legoshi because I want to see what happens to him. But that's it for the video, guys. If you like this episode of Weebish, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, and hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel as well. I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.